Okay, before we actually start this side quest, know that it took 15 minutes. So instead of doing 2 videos or something, we're going to just speed this thing up, and I'm just going to tell you how to do it, because frankly, this thing is just irritating, and that's just easier. So let's get started, shall we? Okay, well, while heading through the grove here, you're going to see this guy standing on a bridge. You come and talk to him, and guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? He's a Jedi. Shocking, right? Yeah. Well, apparently someone was murdered here a few hours ago, and he has been sent down to investigate that. Yeah, pretty much. He's incompetent as shit, and you need to do it for him. Or, actually, he's just gonna see how your training is going and test you by having you do it for him. Just to hide how stupid he is at actually figuring this out. Because he's an idiot. Well, at least that's what I always thought. Anyways, there are 2 suspects here. They're both right here, right now, ready to be questioned. And, yeah, a droid, too. That you can use to cross-check any information you get. Let's play Columbo, shall we? Now, the story here is that all 3 of these guys were out here before the clouds broke, so, yeah, it was pretty stormy looking. One of them is dead, which isn't good. And he's worried that, you know, they were outside when the sky was filled with storm clouds, oh no. And here's KotOR Nedic, who was shot in the back with a blaster rifle. Rifle nearby had bloodstains on it, it's been sent for analysis. Got 2 bad guys here. Hand in Gold, Ricard Lassoff, who had a laser. Ricard had a laser. They both say they didn't do anything, of course. And they both say they just found the body and accused the other guy. So we gotta make sure we get the right one. So let's do this thing. And yes, Handon is holding his side, and Ricard is favoring one of his legs. That actually means something. Meat means something? Meat means something? That's stupid. Anyways, you can talk to the droid, but he has absolutely nothing to tell you, so let's talk to Ricard Lassoff instead. He is stumped, you douche. And this is Ricard Lassoff, who has the same head model that's been stalking us forever. Now, his story is that he was hunting Iriaz. He spotted one, pulled out his rifle to aim at it, but he couldn't see because the sun was in his eyes. He shoot it drops, walks over and he finds Handon standing over our corpse. So, obviously, it's an airtight alibi. Actually, it's not. He doesn't even realize it yet. Let's talk to Handon before we start accusing anybody. Because that'd be sloppy just to, you know, accuse some guy. It wouldn't be very Columbo style. This guy actually thinks you've heard of him. I don't know what that does. I don't think it does anything to actually affect nothing. It doesn't, like, give him trust in you or some thing like that. His story is that he was out running. He loves running. He was running on the other side of the bridge that we just passed earlier. He heard a shot, ran over here, and found KotOR dead. And then he saw Ricard come skulking out of the shadows. Ooh, yes. So, yes, he thinks Ricard did it. And, yeah, sounds like a good story, doesn't it? But someone's lying. Someone is lying here. Yes, you can help me by actually doing something besides just standing there, but that's all he does in this whole thing. Yes. Handon's story seems pretty good. Ricard's story seems pretty good. Don't they seem both pretty good? Well, guess what? Guess what? Ricard's lying. How do we know this? It was cloudy, remember? It was cloudy, so how could he have had sun in his eyes? Yes. So he was lying about why he was shooting anything, if he was shooting anything at all. But no, it does not prove anybody's guilty yet. Although if it was up to me, we'd kill everyone here and just move on. But hey, we don't always get what we want, unfortunately. So we need to find a connection between our body and our 2 suspects. As you can see here, Mr. Nedic and Mr. Gold rented a speeder several times, so they knew each other at least somewhat well. Ricard and KotOR apparently had some fights about something. So they both knew him. Yes. So this guy does not like him, but apparently he wouldn't kill him. He says him. But why does he like him? His wife was cheating on him with our body. That sounded really wrong. Apparently he hated him pretty bad for that. Well, yeah, I would too. You'd killed him, didn't you? Yes, you did. You know you killed him. Well, apparently he didn't kill him, even though he was cheating on his wife. That's a pretty good motive, isn't it? Yes. Yes. Now, this guy thought KotOR was cheating him out of money. Apparently they've known each other for quite some time. Now, that's a good reason to kill somebody. Money. Now, isn't it? Yes, it is. Both of these guys have got some kind of motive. Although it certainly seems that Ricard has a bit less of a motive, doesn't he? Now, look at that. Handon told this Jedi that he barely knew KotOR. Well, that's obviously a lie, because we just found out that Handon's wife was cheating on him with KotOR. Yes, very good motive for murder. Now, we have to find out about the blaster and the body. So, let's ask the droid. Apparently, the weapon did not belong to KotOR. Okay. Who did it belong to, then? Let's ask Ricard. Actually, it's not ask Ricard. Let's ask Handon. Ricard is useless. Yeah. The blaster was stolen from his house last week. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? So that was his blaster. He admitted it was his blaster, too. And he wants it back after we determine Ricard as a killer. Yeah. We'll see about that. Oh, so his blaster was stolen. Let's find out. Apparently he didn't report that it was stolen, which means that could very well be a lie. Especially since he talked about his blaster being his most prized possession. So why wouldn't he report it being stolen? Someone is lying, and it's you, Handon. Yes. So the blaster belonged to Handon, and that's what we know. There was a blood sample on that blaster, though. Now everybody's just assuming it belongs to the body, but let's find out. The blood sample belongs to not the body. This means that there was blood on the gun that's not from the corpse. So whose blood is it? It's a very good question, isn't it? Because both of these people seem to be kind of injured. Ricard's favoring his leg. Handon's clutching his side. Whose blood is it? It's Handon's blood. Because he's hurt. And now this is just wrong. Oh my god, what is he doing to him? Oh! Yes, he was shot. Handon was shot. So he thinks Handon killed KotOR. Ricker was out hunting and accidentally shot Handon. But no. They're both guilty. How are they both guilty? Well, what was Ricard's motivation? Why would he kill KotOR? He was cheating him in business. They both came here to kill KotOR, but Handon got him first. Rickard got there later, thought Handon was KotOR, took a shot, hurt him. Yeah. And he called the cops. We caught them both. We caught them both. Okay, I'm done. And that's that whole thing. I mean, you can just talk to everybody and determine they're both guilty. There you go. Just under 10 minutes from 15 minutes. One video! Woo! Okay. We're done here now. So let's take off, shall we?